Welcome into Snapcount Society. It's your host, The Buff, here with his boys, Goat and Stevie. Gentlemen, how are we tonight?
Wow.
Good, bro. Very, very good. Another week of preseason games. We've seen a lot of change in values, even within a week. So it'd be good to get in and discuss that. How are you, Tommy?
The goat's got his back up. I'm not going to lie. I've woken up early and the goat's graph, I've seen some awful stuff. And my morning started out particularly badly.
Yeah. I've also got a gripe as well, but I think we'll let you go.
Yeah.
When it's my time, I will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll definitely get to Goat's gruff very, very shortly. But plenty to happen on the show tonight. We've got a big show ahead for you all. And we're going to go through our running back consensus top 36 rankings tonight. Obviously, going to look at where we agree, where we clash, the importance of the running back position, whether it be in redraft or and even just thinking about the values of the running back position in Dynasty as well. But people have been waiting. There's been a big couple of additions in the first couple of weeks. I think people have been waiting for this all week, and it's time. It is time.
Stevie's top 5.
Oh!
That's the one. Hey, yo. Stevie's top 5.
How does that make you feel, mate?
I'm not sure. I just want to let everybody know that sting didn't get across me. I just heard that for the first time.
Stevie's top 5 sponsored by
Eco Wipes top 5.
What do we do with Eco Wipes?
You just use them. If you're not eco wiping, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Good for, 350 sheets of super soft, raw, unbleached, compostable bamboo dry wipes. They're good for the obvious and wiping up other people's tears if they think that Herbert's better than Burrow. All right. This week, we're back with the NFL. After last week, the confectionery's got a lot of love. got a lot of please explains, especially from my wife. She said you're kidding yourself with clinkers, but she can cram it.
I'm with you, man.
This week, we're back with the NFL. So, NFL players / coaches you would run through a brick wall through. Honorable mentions. Now, this was hard. This was actually, I came up with this and thought, it'd be easy. It's actually quite hard.
Yeah.
I just want to preface the players that I've got in are like part of the league right now. So I'm going to give some honorable mentions in the league now and you would argue probably in their prime as well. So honorable mention, Jalen Ramsey. I don't know if anyone's seen when he was playing for Green Bay, him and Devontae go head to head. I'd run through a brick wall for him. The human seatbelt, Zaire Alexander.
Alexander.
I'd run through a big fall. Ray Lewis, obviously before my time.
He didn't make the list.
No, I didn't make the list. Well, I wanted to stick to people that still play. I've got TJ Watt as well. He didn't make the 5 because I'm Bengals and Steelers are wimps. So Tom Brady, the obvious one. Like, how could you not run through a wall for the GOAT?
Scientology.
I really, really wanted to put him in, but I just couldn't do it. My favorite player, or one of my favorite players, Jameis Winston. Like, I'd run through a brick wall for him for the probably not the right reasons, but yeah.
What's he doing?
He's right. Straight into it. Number 5, Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, yeah.
Just a man. Just a genuine man. If you can't run through a brick wall for him, I'm not sure what you can do. Mike Vrabel. Did you guys see him like breaking up a fight and getting in the middle and get like a gash on his head?
Yeah.
He's like full-blown nutso, man.
Mate, he is a nut. And
he's a former tight end.
Yeah. Watching the documentary, the New England Tom Brady documentary as well, him in it, he's a lunatic. I've got Max Crosby. I just love the way he goes about it. He's a fierce competitor. Dan Campbell. The obvious one for the coach. That has to be number 2. But number 1, I've got Buff's MVP pick, Baker Mayfield.
Oh.
Dog.
When he just straight dog. Last season, running up, putting on a block for Bucky. That's what you want to see from a quarterback.
We love him.
I'm sure I've probably missed someone. It was a lot harder than I thought, but let me know, someone.
Yeah.
And that is my Eco Wipes top 5.
I would have had TJ maybe in the 5, but
Nah, not as a Bengals supporter. Can't have him.
I think you mixed up Campbell and Vrabel. So Campbell's a tight end and Vrabel's actually a linebacker, man. He was nuts in his day. He was Patriots Super Bowl winning linebacker.
Yeah.
And part of that defense. And obviously he's taken over from Gerard Mayo, who was also part of that defense. And they were insane back in the day. Absolutely off their heads. But that's why he's getting in the middle of fights, because he don't fear anyone.
Mate, he's a lunatic. The vision's unbelievable. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it.
Tommy, would you have had a certain person in that top 5?
Who's that, mate?
Would you run through a bit more for Shane Steichen right now?
Hey, it's Steichen, mate.
Let's just get to it.
We have to rip the Band-Aid.
Rip it off. Sit back.
Rip it off.
Now, the Indianapolis Colts franchise are weak. And this goes down to Ballard. Ballard is mediocre. The coaches are mediocre. And they've made a cowardly decision to sit a player who has had 15 starts in his career. He was drafted as a 20-year-old, 21-year-old. He's still younger than half the league at the position. And he has had 15 starts. And they've decided to go with Danny Dimes. We know what Danny Dimes is. He's 3-13 in his last however many games. He had one season where he won a playoff game under, I don't know. As a franchise, they bleed mediocrity. And I think Richardson is, he's got to work on his short, intermediate game. But I woke up this morning with a bad taste in my mouth, and Ballard needs to go as soon as possible. He's going to go regardless if this doesn't work out. He's mediocre. He has no idea what he's doing. Rest in peace, Jim Irsay. Now we're run by his daughters. I think we just need for them to get rid of Ballard, for them to understand Steichen is trying to run the exact same Eagles offense, except he has no QB to run it.
Yeah.
And now he's put Dimes in that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I think Dimes can do a job, but if he doesn't, we've got players on the offensive side of the ball, we've got players on the defensive side of the ball. To wake up and see that decision was just, it's like, have you seen that movie Idiocracy?
Yeah.
Where they drink Mountain Dew instead of water? It was ridiculous. Anyway, I had to get it out of the way because it is a mediocre franchise that Ballard has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, we definitely had to get that out of the way because we could just see the guy all days has been just absolutely fuming, absolutely fuming. And Jesus, we definitely did not want to get in your way today. So it's good that we've been able to get that out, cleanse ourselves. Hopefully
I feel better,
Tommy.
Not really.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be feeling better either.
Poor Richardson.
Then again, I've had Pittsburgh Steelers quarterbacks the last couple of years and no good. But that probably doesn't compare to what you've had to go through since Luck has retired. So we know that. The pain is real.
How many quarterbacks? 37? No, not 37.
You're not quite at the level of Cleveland Browns.
I think I saw 15.
Yeah. You're not at the level of Cleveland Browns.
I saw 15 quarterbacks have started since Luck.
Yeah. Thanks, Andrew.
What have you done to us, Andrew?
We're going to segue from there and we're going to go into, I guess, before we get into the rankings, we're going to get into why running back rankings matter. Okay. Now, obviously, a really, really important position in a fantasy team, really important position in a real life football team too, but they obviously don't get paid because they are really churn and burn assets from a play perspective. The league is wisened up and they know that high volume of carries leads to a high volume of hits, which leads to a high disintegration of the human body and why make a big financial investment in that. So I guess volatility is the thing that comes to mind when I think of running back position. But Tommy, run us through, why do running back rankings matter in fantasy football?
Well, running backs are really important in fantasy because it's sort of like a trend. There was that big wave where running backs were horses and they were getting catches, they were getting goal line work, and they were getting carries. And the one running back did all of the following. The league went through a bit of a change where, offenses opened up. They didn't want to pay running backs. So, we saw the birth of more kind of, inventive wide receiver sets and opening things up, and wide receivers getting a lot more money. And moving forward, I think what we're going to see trending more and more, there might be the rare cases where you got your Saquons and Derrick Henrys and CMCs playing on to their 28, 29 more. Like, what's Derrick Henry, 31? I think teams are starting to go, we need multiple running backs that have multiple assets and ones that can catch, ones that are good, on the goal line, first and second down backs. Rotation's going to happen, which means for me, what we'll see this year is people are getting running backs early, and they want running backs early because you have to get the better ones. Because if you don't get the better ones, you're getting someone in a timeshare who's not going to get your points.
Yeah.
So I think what we're seeing is just a slow trend of running back heavy early throughout the first and second round.
Yeah, definitely. And that's probably what we've seen in all those drafts. Just going back to Derrick Henry, just a quick little fact. He's entering season 10, Stevie? Season 10.
Madness. He's defying logic. I don't know how he does it.
Like, how many years ago I had him in Dynasty, and you had him in Dynasty too, and we were all like, don't want to get caught with a grenade. And
I had him 5 years ago.
Yeah. And you gave him to me.
I sold him to you because I was worried I didn't want to get left held in the bag.
Yeah. And then I got rid of him last year, and he come out and absolutely burned me, made me look a fool last year. And he's heading into year 10 and looks like he's probably ready to do the same thing. There you go. But I guess absolutely, great little summary there and talking about like why running back rankings matter. And like we are seeing that trend.
Yep.
So as we head into our consensus rankings in a second, and go through and break down our running back rankings. It was interesting just getting some listener input today. So I put out a couple of polls. I'm going to start with the rookie one first, because I think it's pretty clear who the rookie running back, the number one running back, is going to be. Is Ashton Jonty from Las Vegas Raiders. Rookie running back 2, it was pretty like consensus. There was definitely a consensus number 1. So in terms of the 4 options, it was funny because I did have someone send me a message saying, what about Caleb Johnson, you idiot? So
who was that?
Same bloke who rates Justin Herbert over Joe Burrow, Jake Douglas.
Yeah,
which I was like, fair enough. I'm a Pittsburgh fan, but I didn't put him up there because I didn't want to be looking like a homer. The home fan bias.
I don't mind it as a shout.
Nah. So Quinshon Judkins got 5% of the vote. Next up was Travion Henderson, got 15%. RJ Harvey, 20%. And then 60% of the vote went to Amarian Hampton, which probably was
interesting.
I thought it was going to be a little bit tighter than that, but it was interesting to see that vote. And then we threw it open to listeners again for the running back 1 overall ranking. And this was a little bit more open to start with, and then there was a clear number 1 that emerged. So Jahmyr Gibbs had 16% of the vote. Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey both had 19% of the vote. And then Bijan Robinson had 47% of the vote from the listeners. So you see where our listeners are trending. It'll be interesting if we pop this poll out next week after we have a bit of discussion later on about where our community is seeing these guys. Now, I'm going to roll through what this top 36 looks like. I'll go through in the 12s, and I've got some clear guys and some questions I want to ask you based off where we've seen these guys. And these consensus rankings, just for everyone listening at home, have been put together. So myself, Tommy, Stevie, we've all put together our top 36 running backs, and basically it's aggregated everything to give them a ranking from 1 to 36 based off our 3 lists. Yeah. So our top running backs, top 12, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Ashton Jonty, Bucky Irving, Devon Achane, Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, Jonathan Taylor, and James Cook. So those are our RB1.
Josh Jacobs is.
Yeah.
What was that? Josh Jacobs was where?
Number 9.
Interesting.
Yeah. Our RB2, so from 13 onwards, Kyron Williams, Amarian Hampton, Breece Hall, Alvin Kamara, Kenneth Walker, Chuba Hubbard, Travion Henderson, DeAndre Swift, James Conner, RJ Harvey, David Montgomery, and Isaiah Pacheco, rounding out the RB2s. And then our RB3s, so from 25 onwards to 36, is Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones, Caleb Johnson, Brian Robinson Jr., Jalen Warren, Quinshon Junkins, Joe Mixon, Jordan Mason, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, Cam Scatterbo, and Zach Charbonnet. It gets ugly on that list. And that brings it back to that point, Tommy, where you were talking about before. We're seeing that trend of guys grabbing guys early because you don't want to be starting people down that list.
Yeah.
So those are our consensus rankings. I'm going to let you sort of percolate on that. But I did actually had a little bit of a mailbag question actually before I get into our similarities and differences. And we have this particular player is ranked as our RB10 consensus. So Jack Tassari asked us, would you be confident having Chase Brown as your RB1 on your fantasy team?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is this in a I'm assuming redraft
Let's say
format
it's a
or
12-team
dynasty
redraft.
format?
I'd even think like if it was a dynasty league too, I'd probably be fine with him being the RB1. Considering if you have him as your RB1, you probably nabbed like a Jefferson or even someone better. Like let's even say if it's a Jefferson or a CD along those lines in round one, you maybe have grabbed someone at the end of round two, and maybe you've grabbed him at the start of the third, but he's probably going back into the second. So you'd have some good wide receivers.
Yeah.
You have a pretty handy team. So if you're going to rock with him as your RB1, he's inside our top 12 rankings. We're probably comfortable with that.
Yeah, absolutely. In our draft, Simon had pick 2. He went Bijan 1 in his first pick at 102, and he got Chase Brown at 211. So, that's a great start. Anyone could have gone second, in my opinion. You could have got Lamb there, really, so that also would have been a good start. I have no issue with Chase Brown being the first running back that you select because Bengals are going to struggle and they're going to need to score, and Burrow likes to throw to running backs. So
100%.
there's plenty of touchdowns to go around, I'd say.
Thanks for sending that question in, Jack. And if you've got any more from the society, please send them through and we'll try and answer them as we go. We've got a couple more that we'll answer on the way. But we're going to get into our rankings, agreements and disagreements. Now, the first one, we're going to start with our big 3 agreement. Okay, so we're really going to kick it off with what we actually agree on for once. All 3 of us locked in Bijan, Gibbs and Saquon right at the top. That's our consensus top 3. Here's the question. What's that?
Is that we all had them in that order?
We all had them in the order. So we all had them inside our top 3. I've got it here. Hang on, let me get it up again, just on paper. So
in different order, though, maybe.
So is that the right order that we have Bijan, Jameer, and Saquon in the right order? So I believe Goat had Gibbs at number 1, and then you went Saquon, then Bijan. I went Bijan, Saquon, Gibbs, and then
I went Bijan, Gibbs.
Yeah, so we all went the same 3, but we just went in different orders. So, are we just is that the right question? Like, those are the right 3 at the top, or are we drinking the Kool-Aid and just following everyone else? Give me your thoughts.
Look, I don't think we're drinking the Kool-Aid. I think you've got 3 standout elite tier running backs that can get the goal line, catch the ball out of the backfield, make explosive plays. In what order? I think it's irrelevant. But they're 3 guys that can break the league off and are proven.
So I'll just ask you, Tommy, why Gibbs 1?
I just, towards the back end of the year, like, what was he averaging? 26-something fantasy points per game. And I just think in that offense, he's just so dynamic, and I can't imagine that they're going to not give him more this year. I can't imagine that they're not going to give him more. They've got, they've got the worst. So they've got the worst possible RB friendly schedule. To me, what that equals is Jameer Gibbs catching the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah.
And if they're up big, what are they going to do in games?
Man, they're going to run it.
They're going to run the ball.
Yeah. That's the only reason I had him at 3 in my rankings. But out of those 3, like, the only reason is just because Monty's there.
And then Saquon 2.
Yeah, I'd take one at 2, Bijan at 1. But you're splitting hairs, right? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
they're all great options.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Well, moving on to our next one. So another spot we're all surprisingly aligned is actually with CMC, Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry. So despite the age, despite the mileage, despite the fact they've had new systems and had to get used to new teams, all three of us have them sitting in the top 5 or 6. So is that us showing respect to the OGs, or are we ignoring the warning signs?
You go on that one, Tron.
Yeah, well, I actually, yeah. I guess it is. I guess I probably started, obviously it's hard to do these rankings. I tried to do them over a longer period as opposed to just doing them and then, sending them in. I definitely had Derek a little bit further down at the start. I definitely had CMC a little bit further down at the start, but when you start going through their stats, you just can't forget how dominant both of them are. And the only thing stopping Derek is himself, really. Like, he's a vocal point of their offense. He's going to get the ball. The touchdowns are going to be there. The Baltimore Ravens are going to have a high-powered offense again. They should make a big push. And CMC, like, you just can't forget how good he is. Like, I just had to double back and look at his stats. So, yeah, I've got Derek at 4. I've got CMC at 6. But, yeah, I just refuse. And as Tom said last week, until they give you a reason not to pick them, keep picking them.
Keep picking them. Go to anything to that?
No, nothing to add. A-Chain slipped down for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jonty Rhodes, whatever his name is. Slipped down a little bit because he got trucked. So I couldn't continue to have him there. He was destroyed.
Called it, man.
5'8". So I slid him down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Called it, man.
Yeah, I slid down A-Chain as well, just on the injury.
Yeah.
That's the only
Calf,
thing, though. Yeah, on the calf.
Yeah, we actually don't cover him from here, so it's pretty good that we can add that one in. But yeah, to our good friend Jake Douglas told you so.
He's getting a fair run today, Dougie.
He's going to have massive head wobbles. I'm trying to fit through the door to work tomorrow, I reckon. Next area we're going to look at some mid-tier hype. We're going to look at some young backs. So it gets a bit interesting here. Chase Brown, Bucky Irving. Obviously, we spoke about Chase Brown before. Bucky Irving, Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams. They're all in our consensus top 12, right? So there's definitely a mix of proven talent. There's also a little bit of hype and projection around a couple of them. So we've got a little bit of hype train happening. So break it down. Which of these guys are you most confident about, and who is the one that's maybe a little bit more smoke than fire? So Brown, Irving, Taylor, Williams.
You go, Tommy.
For me, there's 2 there. The first one, I'm going to go with Jonathan. I think he can finish, obviously, the year as the RB1. With Dimes likes to check the ball down.
Yeah.
And I think his catches go through the roof now that he's got Dimes and doesn't got A-Ridge. And they're going to land on the running back. Like, as much as I hate to say it, I like Dimes.
It's killing him saying this.
Yeah, Dimes.
He's going to check it down.
He's going to check it down. That's what he does. Dimes doesn't throw long unless there's someone like 3 shadows length away from their opponent. Yeah.
That might be the shadows that are chasing him that he's seeing too.
His own mental demons.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Stevie?
Yeah, like it. I'll let you get into it, but yeah, I'm big on Bucky Irving this year. Yeah. I think he will be just a powerhouse. Yeah.
Dud.
Going back through the stats, take away his first 5 games, being a rook, high-powered offense, same as Derek. I just think he's just a genuine stud. So I've got him a lot higher than others. I've got him at RB5.
Oh, you do too.
Which is big.
That is big. Yeah, no, I think he's a stud in a good offense with that dog.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. So you've heard it here first. We're all massive on Bucky Irving. We are high, even higher than probably the industry consensus. We see Bucky going off.
I think Fantasy Pros had him around that 10 to 12
I think we're a little bit
higher.
higher.
We don't listen to Fantasy Pros.
We make our own judgments. Devon Acham we're out on. Taylor's the only one I'm sort of scared about in that 4.
Yep.
Nah,
knowing
polar
that,
opposite. I think he's
knowing
just
that it's more of an injury concern. He's each of the last 3-4 years he's had something, and some of them have been extended. So just durability compared to the other 4.
Yep.
That's the only thing. That's all.
Yep.
That's the only reason. But
where'd you have him?
Where'd I have Taylor? I had JT or hang on. Yeah, I think I didn't think I had him at like RB 13 or 14.
That's
13.
okay.
I think 13.
Got him in RB8.
Yeah, I'm in RB 13.
I can't ignore the MVP caliber season that he had.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to get into one now that I'm a bit higher on, and you boys aren't, so you can absolutely take some pot shots off me. But the elephant in our rankings is a certain man that plays in New York, plays in green, and his name is Breece Hall. I've got him at 10.
Come on.
Goat's got him at 16. Stevie's all the way down at 24.
He was lucky he was still there at 24.
Massive spread of 14 positions. So who's right here? Is Breece still an RB1? Or am I absolutely off my head with that ranking, and there's too many red flags for the Jets offense?
Yeah, look, he's a reliever, and I think I can't see him getting the bulk of the carries. Braylon is just coming out and he's looking really good. But again, like he might get the really important stuff. You know, he might get those catches to break it out open. Like he's got potential to break big plays. Like that's never been in doubt. But this year, is he going to get enough of the work to warrant that high of a selection? I don't know. And, the day I remember the days where some were saying he was the dynasty RB1, and now
he was. He blew it because he was. Yeah.
Now he's not getting paid, and they're saying, mate, put your pads on and do what we tell you. So,
I'll take over from here. You're kidding yourself, Buff. He was RB16 last year. How you've got him going 6 possessions better than that is beyond me. I think Braylon Allen, I was reading all third downs during preseason. I know we don't need to take preseason into account. Like, who have you got after him?
Kyle Williams is one position after him.
That's a fucking hella. Yeah, go on. Who's next?
Who else have I got after him? Chase Brown.
Who
else have I got?
Don't say James Cook.
Yeah, do not say
James Cook's ahead of him. Cook's ahead of him.
Interesting.
Achan's after him because I think he's better than Achan.
Yeah, right. I'm
planting my flag. That's okay. You don't have to lie. I just think he's going to break. I think he's going to be able to get out there. He's going to get enough touches. He's going to make some plays. I think that, Brown looks good. Like, that's okay. But you know what? Like, we look at Jameer Gibbs. Jameer Gibbs is great. He has David Montgomery there. Like, it's not like two backs can't coexist in the same backfield. Bucky Irving is going to see some work to Rashad White.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to get out on the field a little bit. We know that. Right. But we're still high on Bucky Irving. I think just thinking obviously, there's committee backs that are out there. And I think that will definitely be positioned. Like he's going to see some carries to Braylon, but I think that he'll be out in the field. I think that the offense will be better than it has been in previous years. And I'm banking on that. I reckon it will be with Fields out there. He's obviously got Garrett Wilson out there as a receiving threat, but I think that they're going to do enough. I think they're going to do enough that Breece, mark my words, I think he's going to be better than what people expect. And that's okay. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll put my hand up and I'll wear it.
I love it. Love it.
Right? Next one. Bit of Tennessee trouble. Tony Pollard. Stevie's in at 19, Goat's at 23, and I've got him at 29. So I'm way down on him.
Yeah.
We're clearly not buying him in the same way. Is this about talent or is it about that move? Obviously him in Tennessee with Tajay Spears there, but injured. Yeah. Okay. So what's that all going to look like with Cam Ward? So is it about his talent or is it about the situation in Tennessee?
Situation.
More about the situation. I think we did our wide receiver rankings. I was a lot higher on Ridley. I'm a big Cam Ward believer. Planting my flag with that, preface, I think after running back 13, it got really, really difficult. Like you could have, I've tiered my my running backs in this situation. So Pollard is also in the same tier as like James Conner, RJ Harvey, Montgomery, Kenneth Walker. So, you know, realistically, it could go either way. I don't mind Tommy at having him at 23. I feel like 29 is a little bit too low, especially with Tajay Spears. You know, it's going to take a while for him to get back. And when he gets back, you know, we'll see what it looks like there. But yeah, I don't mind him at running back 19. And if you got him, if you've already drafted and you got him before Tajay Spears went down, you're hopefully you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
I literally I had Tajay Spears in my top 36, and then when he went down injured, I just replaced him with Tony Pollard. That's literally what I did. Because I was like,
oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah, right.
I didn't have him there. I thought Tajay Spears was going to outplay him early in the year. He was going to take over. But as soon as he went down, I was like, all right, well, Tony Pollard's in. And it's almost like that situation I spoke about last week, the wide receiver in Green Bay. I had Jaden Reed in my top 36, and it's purely based off, I see him as being the number one, and you could literally copy and paste whichever the number one wide receiver ends up being, that'll be there in my ranking. So Tony Pollard's there. I think he's always been okay. He can play, but as you said, it's just a situation. It's thinking.
Yeah, I probably saw it a little bit differently. I had them both in until the
Spears.
injury. But I probably had them in that late 20-ish, early 30th. I thought it'd be more of a split timeshare, if I was to be honest.
Alrighty. Here we go. Here's one for you, go. Josh Jacobs, another polarizing one for us. I'm the highest at 6. Stevie's got him at 12, and you've got him at 11. I think he continues to build, and I think there's no one really challenging him. That's my thoughts. You guys clearly see some risks. So let's have a little bit of a hash out session here. Is he a sneaky top 10 value, or is he sliding?
I don't see him as either. I see him as a guy that can finish in the top 12, and he had an excellent year last year. Do they go back to the well and give him that many carries? Is his body going to hold up? Like he's been in the league for a long time already, but then again, there's no one behind him. There's Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, Marshall Lynch is just made of glass. God breaks it. Yeah, like he looks at a football and just quivers and falls to the ground.
Correct. 300 attempt last year, 43 targets. That's a big workload.
I just think that, you know, they have to be a little bit different in the way that they get him the football, and they can't just continually rely on the run game again like they did last year. I'm not saying he won't be and can't be an RB1.
Yeah.
That's where I think he's going to finish, around that, 15 to 10 mark.
Yep.
Yeah, I will agree with Tom. Saw it the same way. He was probably in a tier for me that he was probably the last of that tier, which is just basically, I would have probably picked him last over other running backs. Also, just a little haunted from the start of the year last year. He just didn't start on fire. His first 6 weeks were a bit sketchy.
Yeah.
And then he just exploded.
Yeah.
Not saying that he's not a good running back, but those 6 weeks just haunt me a little. You would hate for the same thing to happen. I feel like for Green Bay to take the next step, they need to throw more and rely on him less. And, I'm sure, as Tommy just said, I'm sure he'll be a 10 to 15 back, and, he might finish RB6 again, but they've just got other players ahead of him. That was the only reason.
Yep. Here's another one that probably, looking back a couple of years ago, wouldn't have thought that we'd be talking about this player and in the range that he's in. So player we're really aligned on. He's sitting in that running back 16 to 19 range for all of us. Is Chuba Hubbard.
Oof. Yeah, wow.
It's really interesting. We're literally within 3 picks of each other, within 3 spots. So he's sitting right in that middle.
He was probably one of my harder players I just can't get a read on him. If I put him in the Pollard tier, I'm too low. If I put him up a little bit further, I feel like I'm too high. I've got him in RB16. It could easily be right. It could easily be so wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
If he was my running back one this year, I would be concerned.
Yeah, that would be one. That would be
just
one
out
after
of-
Jack's question about Chase Brown being your RB1.
Yeah.
If he's your RB1, you should be concerned.
Yeah, if he's your RB1, I'd be concerned because you just don't know. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. But if he's your RB2 and it hits and, he's as good as he was last year, then you're living the dream. So
That's right.
But yeah,
Big.
RB14 last year. If he hits, he hits.
The names we have above him in consensus, just to give you like context too. So our RB2.
Yeah.
So the guys above him are Williams, Hampton, Hall, Kamara, and Walker in that order. And then the guys under him are Henderson, Swift, Connor, Harvey, Montgomery, and Pacheco.
Tommy, Brees or Chuba Hubbard?
I think still Brees. Brees, just.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why Chuba, I think he'll be solid. We just have to see whether the Panthers improve or not. And who knows? I just don't know. Like, is Bryce going to take that next step? Is that offense going to take the next step?
I hope so. But I guess we don't know. I
just don't like his name either. I'll be honest. Chuba. Yeah, I can't.
He's like a big Chuba Wubba Wubba. It's like Dobby Wobby.
Yeah.
Your favourite Dobby Wobby man.
Maybe put that out to the listeners.
Yeah.
Buff, Chuba or Brees. That's hard. It feels wrong to say Chuba.
I'm going to put that. That's actually a good little poll idea. We're going to
it feels wrong to say him, but
Chuba Booba.
Let's do it. Our last one that we're going to talk about, the fresh faces, the fresh baby faces. We've put all of these guys into our rankings. They're up in our top 36. I'm actually going to add a fourth guy in this conversation too, because one of the listeners has messaged in and wants some thoughts on Caleb Johnson. So we're going to include Caleb Johnson in this. But Travion Henderson, Marion Hampton, RJ Harvey. I think we don't need to speak about Ashton. He's a stud. Everyone's speaking about Ashton. We see what Ashton did on the weekend. He's a freak. But Travion Henderson, Hampton, Harvey as
is he,
rookies.
Tommy? You got something to say? Or
they're rookies.
Where have you got him? Where have you got him in your rankings?
I've got him outside my top 5. I think I've got him 6 or 7.
I've got him 7.
Yeah, I got him 6 or 7. I just think let's temper expectations a little bit.
100%. I agree.
Yeah, he's ended up.
Yeah, we're throwing generational around a lot.
We are throwing the word generational around.
And as a 5'8" running back, I just want to see that he doesn't fail the height test of running backs again.
Goat's got him ahead of Derrick Henry.
What?
I might have.
Yeah, you got him ahead of Derrick Henry. But I understand.
I must have done my rankings before I seen him get trucked. Because I saw him get trucked I saw him get trucked, but then he also trucked someone else as well. So
he did. He's right in. He's in that region. But I agree with you. I think that we just need to temper. I don't think he's in that. I think there's a clear top 5, and then he's number 6 with Bucky just behind him.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it. It's sort of in around that region. But Travion, Marion Hampton, RJ Harvey, those 3 guys, they look like studs. We've got them in there. So where have we got? We've got Hampton City at RB14 for us. Travion is what looks like RB19. And then we've got RJ Harvey sitting there at RB22.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Johnson is RB27.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit high for me.
Really high.
I might have had him there around there, maybe.
I think you and I both had him around that spot, Tommy.
Did I had
Stevie
Warren
was
in there as well.
What's up?
I had Warren in there as well.
Yeah. You had him higher than Warren.
Yeah.
Literally one spot high. You literally had them next to each other. I didn't have Warren in. And Stevie did. But yeah, I think Henderson, from my mind, Henderson's going to be. He looks great. I think he's going to be out there. He's going to play well. I think there will be a committee though. Stevenson's not going to go away completely. But Henderson's going to be a baller. Hampton looks like he's going to be the pick of that 4. The Harbaugh, like Harbaugh loves to run the ball, and we're going to see that.
Yeah.
and he's going to get his touches. He's going to get the opportunity to fill his boots. And RJ Harvey, like we know that Sean Payton loves to have committee. Yeah, he loves his running backs, and I think that he knows that he's got a player here. And yes, he's playing all the games. He's listed him at RB on his depth chart and all that sort of stuff. But I think he knows that this is the guy that's going to take him forward if they want to win games. He needs to be out the field.
Yeah,
he's not going to be out the field all the time, but I actually think it's going to help his efficiency when he's out there.
He told us about Bo Nix. You know, he said, I've got the best quarterback in the draft, and he was very confident on it. And he said the same kind of stuff. RJ does special things. He's not going to get all the 1 and 2 down work, but I think he's going to be in a similar situation for me as a Breece Hall. Like he's going to be relied on to get that big work. So yeah, for me though, the clear one is Hampton. He is the closest player to Saquon. Was perfect on the athletic score coming out of the draft, whereas Amaro was 96 out of 100. So he's a monster. He's 6'1", 225. I think he's just a better Najee. So I think he's gonna get the carries. Najee doesn't know where he is. I think he's still at.
He thinks it's still 4th of July. I think, mate.
Yeah,
I love it. So I think Caleb Johnson, I think he's eventually going to win the job in Pittsburgh. Just the question to listen up. But I don't think it's going to happen early. I think Jalen Warren's going to be there. And it's probably going to be the start of week 1. I think Tomlin's old school. We know that. But Caleb Johnson, I think his valuable rise as the season goes on is my prediction.
Yep. What do you think about Kenny Gainwell starting over him in preseason games?
I'm not going to read too much into that. Like that he's starting in the preseason games. I think and as I said, I think Tomlin and those Pittsburgh coaches are old school, and they'll make rookies earn it. Like they know they've got a baller in him, and I think Kenny Walker is probably, you know what the funny part is, people didn't probably expect him to be, but he might be a sneaky little weapon that we have as, you know, third down back, just to have out there if we're down, we need to do a 2-minute drill. Having him out there is not the worst thing in the world. Inexperienced third down running back.
Yep.
So, couple thoughts here, because we've had some questions around trade value of a couple of different players. We're going to start with Travis Etienne, and I'm going to start by saying that bloke is absolutely bloody dog shit. Do you hear me? He is dog shit. He's not in my rankings. I wouldn't trade him for a pack of dimmies and a lint out of my belly button.
Wow.
No way.
Okay.
Really?
Don't want him. Throw him in the trash bowl.
But Breece Hall
You boys. Huh? What do you think? What's your trade value on ETN?
I wouldn't buy him personally. Trade value. Because he's a running back. They're scarce. He might be the starter in a bit of pretty murky, I don't know, couple of second-round picks, I guess.
Yeah.
I've got him at...
Yeah.
I've got him at... God, it looks too high. I've got him at 27. I don't know why.
Yeah, you do have him at 27.
I do have him at 27. Where'd you got him in the 36?
Yeah, he's in my 36.
Yeah.
You have him about RB 32.
Yeah. Just as I said, in a tier that, Tommy, you thoughts?
Trade value is hold. Hope that he gets traded. If not, let him rot. And then you hope the Avengers, Thanos clicks him away and he just disappears into your roster heaven.
Here's an interesting one for you, lads. The other one that we had was DeAndre Swift. Before we move into our next segment, so trade value on DeAndre Swift. I think dynasty-wise, he's on that borderline. He's probably like an early second or a couple of seconds.
Oh, I think in one QB leagues, I think he's a late first, early second. Super flex, I mean, depends on what the person's willing to take to let him go, but I'm sure an early second would definitely get the job, and a couple of late seconds would definitely get the job.
I think with Swift, if you're playing in redraft too, and you need, if you've got a plethora of running back and you want a wide receiver, and you're comfortable sort of getting out of a bit of the running back risk, maybe trying to pivot and get one of those guys in that wide receiver 2 range might be a good play. So, one of my thoughts.
Where do you have him?
Buff? Where do I have him? I think I had him higher than you boys. I had him at round about running back 14 or 15.
Swift?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think you
Tommy?
lads had him around the 20 region.
Yeah, I reckon
19,
around
20.
22, 20.
Yeah.
I
23
just think
for me.
If Ben Johnson runs that offense, I don't think Roshan Johnson's going to get much, but I think Swift is going to get some catches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
He's gonna
offensive line, as I said, is vastly improved.
Yeah.
So if he was ever going to have a good year, this would be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you
Yeah.
go back and you draft one next year.
I think he's a value where he's going. I think it's roughly the 6th.
Yeah.
I think that could be a value.
Mm-hmm.
Some big weeks if that offense gets going, which we all hope.
Guess
Great
what time it is,
question.
boys. That was a
Very
great question. Thank you to our friend Benny for sending that in. Listener, long-time listener.
Yeah.
3 episodes. You beauty. Boys, time has come. I know everyone's been waiting. End of the show. That means one thing.
What time?
But let's go.
I heard a lot of the community really getting around this. The
Yeah, I know.
community loving the bluff.
They're loving the bluff, man. They're loving the bluff. They know that I'm good on the bluff. All right. So we're going to try to stick with, it's mainly running backs today, boys. So we've got some running backs, a little bit of other positions, but mainly the running backs. Okay. We're going to go with it's actually technically the preseason week 3, but it's like week 2 of proper games just because of the Hall of Fame game. So
Yes, sir.
we're going to start with preseason game number 2 for a lot of these teams.
Yeah.
And round 1. Are you ready, gentlemen? Who's going first, by the way? Who wants to go first?
I won last week, so I guess I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
kind of
1-1
a
in the season
disadvantage, but-
series.
Yeah.
All right. Round 1 is Commanders versus Bengals. Surprise performers Chris Rodriguez Jr. and rookie Bill Krosky Merritt combined for 108 rushing yards and a touchdown, stepping up big with Brian Robinson Jr. sideline and being shopped around.
Yeah.
Number 2, Deebo Samuel scored a rushing touchdown alongside the running backs. Number 3,
Deebo.
Jalen Lane led the Commanders in receiving with 42 yards, showing upside as a rookie in this Commanders offense.
Mate. What's the wildest one? I feel like you're trying to trick me. What's the wildest one there? I don't even know who Jalen Lane is.
Virginia Tech, I believe, rookie.
Yeah, thank you.
He's a Hokie.
And what'd you say those two had 107 rushing yards?
108 rushing yards and a touchdown combined.
Who
and
did?
Then now the number 1 and number 3 trending player on Sleeper, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll get to
So
that
I feel
after.
like they
Ridiculous.
did because B-Rob didn't play, so they would have had to have combined as the only rushers. What was the second one?
Deebo Samuel scored a rushing touchdown alongside the running backs.
No, he stinks. He didn't score a rushing touchdown.
Deebo stinks.
Yeah, he's needs to continue to get fit.
Stevie, what's your pick here?
Nah, Deebo didn't get one.
Deebo didn't get one?
Nah.
Tommy?
Yeah,
what do you
Deebo
like?
needs to get fit. He didn't get rushes.
Yeah, Deebo didn't score on the ground. He had 1 rush for 19 yards, but he
Yeah.
didn't score on the ground.
I saw it. It was,
I saw on Twitter that he had a rush, but everyone was saying that he went to the hospital afterwards and people put like oxygen masks on him and stuff.
He's looking thick right now, isn't he?
Oh,
He's
mate,
looking
it looked
thick.
like he ate a fucking couch.
Yeah,
I think
Deebo's even Deebo.
Terry, that's where Terry McLaurin went, boys. I'll stop. I digress. All right, so you split it 1-1 today. So far, we're heading into round 2. Jaguars and RB rookie standouts. Bayshul, the Tutankhamun, Tommy's man, led the Jaguars in touches and scored again, seemingly cementing a key rotational spot in the backfield.
Oof.
LaQuint Allen led the team in rushing yards and had 3 carries in goal-to-go
Who
situations.
the fuck is that?
That guy.
Even with the tie. Another tie this week, by the way. Travis Etienne impressed with multiple forced missed tackles and powerful runs.
That's the bluff. That's the bluff. That's the
last
bluff.
one. Has to
Surely.
Are we both go on that?
Yeah.
He ain't impressing anyone.
The bluff was actually LeClint Allen, He was out there on the field. He got a fair bit of work, but he was out there. He actually got a shitload of receiving yardage. He was getting a lot of catches. Travis Etienne actually, I think he's dog shit, but he had 8 yards per touch. That's 3 carries for 24 yards and 1 catch for 8 yards. But he actually looked like he made a couple guys miss and looked all right out there. So,
yeah, right.
There you go. Limited usage in preseason, but looked all right. Okay, here we go. Tiebreaker. Breaking out and identity plays. Zach Charbonnet scored a 15-yard touchdown and looked explosive early in the Seahawks game, running for 45 yards off 9 carries. Ian Wheeler had a 2-touchdown rushing night for Chicago, making him the preseason leading running back fantasy sleeper. Devin Singletary was the leading rusher for the Giants, showing they're leaning heavily on a ground-first offensive identity this preseason.
I didn't know Singletary was still in the league.
He's at the Giants, man.
Who is Devin Wheeler? The squealer?
Ian Wheeler. Watch Hard Knocks last year. It's a guy that made it all the way to the end of the preseason, running back, and did his knee. And then because he did his knee, instead of getting cut, they kept him on the pup, and he was able to rehab using Chicago's facilities and stuff. And they thought he was awesome. I think he went to Howard University, real smart, intellectual sort of cat.
Yeah,
he's come back and
Well, I'm gonna go that as my bluff because I don't like comeback stories. So get done, Wheeler Squealer.
I'll go this. What was the first one?
Zach Charbonnet scored a 15-yard touchdown. Looked explosive early in the Seahawks game, running 45 yards off 9 carries.
I'll go the last one. I don't reckon Singletary did anything.
And let's maybe get a little bit of a
squealer.
I don't know what's going on. Stevie wins. The bluff was Devin Singletary was the leading rusher. Tyrone Tracy was the leading rusher for the Giants this week. Ian Wheeler, get a load of this, had 19 carries for 80 yards and 2 tuds.
Yeah, right.
Went off. We love it.
And
his touchdown celebrations it was great to see. But to be honest, it was good because I think his mum was on the season last year.
On him, man.
Hard Knocks.
Good on him.
Mind you, HBO can get stuffed because, please don't sue me, they can get stuffed because trying to access Hard Knocks here in Australia has been a nightmare. So we're not happy with it. They need to be better, quite frankly. Now, bold calls for this week, boys. Well done to Stevie. Takes 2-1 lead and bluffs. Up to you if you want to go first here, Stevie. You can bypass to the GOAT. But what are you monitoring this week? Any hot takes, anything you want to see?
I'll be monitoring 2 things. Zach Taylor's job. Hopefully he gets the arse because he doesn't know what he's doing. Secondly, now, I just wanted to get over this. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, this bill. I just want to preface, Twitter's mad. He looked good, but I could have run through that gap that the Bengals gave him. It was the size of the Flemington Straight.
Yeah.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I actually think Austin Eckler is still a cheeky. If he's going late in drafts, hasn't played because he's old. He wasn't bad last year. He wasn't bad the year before. He's still only 31.
He's playing golf, man.
He is playing golf. He's playing golf really well. I'd love for him to show me how to swing. That's what I'll be monitoring. Brian Robinson, it sounds like he's gone. He fell out of my rankings. Yeah, let's not go ballistic until we know what's going on. I don't have any Washington running backs in my 36 until I figure out what's going on. But that is just gone far enough.
Not enough.
I could have ran through that gap.
He's had enough.
110 kilos.
Love it.
Madness. But yeah, I'll be monitoring that closely. And that's about it for me.
Go.
I'll be monitoring the Colts just to see what the organization is doing. Dimes will start. We'll see what happens. The obvious one will be, will they be productive? Yeah, flat.
Yeah. We're down, aren't we, you and me?
Flat.
You're dealing with that. I've got a franchise that won't pay arguably a top 5 defensive player that's putting
so stupid
MVP caliber player
So
in
stupid.
preseason games to get sacked. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Just two poverty franchises.
Just paying. Yeah.
Oh,
Can they, though? I don't know if they can.
Yeah, but
You got to work it out.
just
You just
find
gotta
it.
work
Like,
it
you
out.
know what I mean? Like, I get it, but yeah,
They've just got to work it out.
he's if you're going to trade him, you should have done it by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to get a player back,
Yeah.
he's going to be behind the 8 ball. Like, oh, I don't know. It's just, I get it. If you're not going to pay him, like, whatever, but
trade
he's,
him.
just trade him. Like, he's not going to play, but I saw news today that maybe the Patriots would acquire him. But yeah, he's just going to go to a team and be good and get paid. And then, we're going to be,
You make that team good.
we're going to be crap again.
Yeah. What the thing I'm looking at is Miami's backfield. I know that I was low on Achan already, and now he's hurt. And I picked
Where'd
this
you have him
guy up.
again?
Oh, I put me rankings away.
No, that's all right.
I think I had him in around mid-teens somewhere. RB 15, 16.
Deepest.
Anyway, Ollie Gordon is the guy I want to talk about because Jalen Wright looked absolutely he was rubbish. He was like Travis Etienne. He was garbage last year, and Ollie Gordon has looked much, much better. And he was unreal at college, and looked like he could have been, maybe not a first round pick, but one of those guys that goes on day 2 and then had a pretty average college season last year. And I think what he's done is hopefully he's pulled his finger out of his backside. He's got himself in some good shape, and he's in a system that maybe he can actually take advantage of. Plus, he's not knee-high to a grasshopper. So the Finns can put him out there and he can smack the ball into the end zone, unlike that absolute... I just can't deal with it. I can't deal with Daniels. I can't deal with Achan. I can't just put Ollie Gordon out there.
Scream past God.
Give him the pigskin and let him just drop the shoulder and run through someone. So that's what I think is going to happen. I'm making a bold call here. I think he's going to win the Miami job. Calling it, hearing it first. I think he's going to win it while Achan's out, and I think that's then going to eat into some Achan work. Let's just hope Achan's out. Anyway, that's my bold take.
He's going to win the job.
We're not here to
job.
Yeah, we're here to ruffle some feathers. Now, what's ahead before we open up for any final thoughts? What we've got ahead this weekend, we'll be doing a bit of a draft analysis bonus episode, trying to give the listeners a little bit something, because there's a lot of mock draft episodes out there, but the mock drafts just don't run true to what happens in an actual draft. So what we're going to do is do a little bit of analysis, not based off, we think these guys are great. It's more about how do you construct your team. If you see guys you like, what do you do from certain pinch points and pivot points? And just run you through the thinking and the logic behind some decisions, and even just how to read a draft board and knowing positional scarcity, those sorts of things. So we're going to put that out over the weekend. Please make sure, follow, subscribe, like all the content that you can. Boys, last thoughts before we pack up for the night?
Draft season. It's the best time of the year because you can't lose. This is the best time of the year. I love draft season. Draft well, be smart, but just enjoy it. I think, I truly believe this is the best part of the year because during the season, there's nothing but pain. And if you don't win, you hate yourself. So that's normally how fantasy goes. So just enjoy the draft. And that's probably it from me.
Yeah. Back your boys. Back who you want to get. Steichen's back dimes. Ballard's a coward. That's it from me.
That's a massive one too. Back who you get. Don't listen to anyone. Like, just if you think a player's going to be good, back them, because if you don't take them, someone else will, and then you're just going to hate yourself anyway.
Yeah,
you might as well hate yourself and take the player you want.
Yep,
big time. Love it. All right, follow the socials, guys. We've got some giveaways that are coming out. Absolutely. Details be confirming pretty soon with some prizes for the listeners. Society, thank you very much. Have a great night, and make sure, eco what?
Eco what?